Hello student, I am Kadambini Balakrishna Patil, teacher in mathematics, presently working with Deccan Education Societies, Willingdon College, Sangli. We are started with our topic, that is indefinite integration. In that we are started our exercise 3.2a. Okay, so we have shown some examples from that. And continue with those lectures. Take your notebook, pen, pencil ready. For that we'll move towards the PPT. Now few more examples. Look at here. These are the, if you are having textbook with you, you will see that these are the examples which are in your textbook in integration of the following functions. Okay, so we'll take one by one the examples which are in red color that I will take, and the remaining are the homework for you. So that means this one is homework, this one is homework, here is the homework. This type of examples we are already taken in previous lectures. So these are all homeworks, or remaining will be covered here. Okay, this is our example. We'll start with the example, that is 15th example. 2 sin x cos x upon 3 cos square x plus 4 sin square x dx. Now look at here. Here there is the denominator 3 cos square x plus 4 sin square x. As we are in exercise 3.2a, we know that it is depend upon substitution method or the corollaries based on that. Okay, so look at here. So what will be the denominator? Denominator is 3 cos square x plus 4 sin square x. So what will be the derivative of the denominator? Derivative of the denominator is sin cos combination. So that is only the sin cos combination on the numerator. So we'll start substituting complete denominator as t. So look at our example. Integral 2 sin x cos x upon 3 cos square x plus 4 sin square x dx. This is given example. Okay. As usual, our procedure says that we substitute for the denominator. So what is our denominator? Denominator is 3 cos square x plus 4 sin square x equal to t. Now differentiating, what you will get? Look at here. So differentiation says that this 3 is as it is. This is a power. So you will get 2 cos x. Now derivative of cos is minus sin x. Similarly, in this term, 4 as it is, 2 is here into sin x, and the derivative of sin x is cos x dx. Now we'll simplify this. Simplification says that 3 2s are 6 and with negative sign. So minus 6 sin x cos x plus what? 4 2s are 8 sin x cos x dx equal to dt. Now plus 8 minus 6. So plus 8 minus 6 is 2 sin x cos x dx. And we are having 2 sin x cos x dx for in the function, that is on the numerator. So you are able to replace that by dt. Once if you replace that by dt, the function will be simplified. Integral dt upon t. As usual, you will get the value as log of mod of t plus constant of integration. Okay. So now look at here. We need to resubstitute the values. So resubstitution of the value t is 3 cos square x plus 4 sin square x plus constant of integration. Okay, so this way we have solved our 15th example. Now 16th example. 16th example is for homework. So 17th example we'll solve here. So 10 into x raised to 9 plus 10 raised to x into log 10 upon 10 raised to x plus x raised to 10. Again you start thinking about the denominator and substitution for the denominator, and we'll get our value which is on numerator. Okay. So what I will get? I will get here I equal to integral 10 into x raised to 9 plus 10 raised to x into log 10 upon 10 raised to x plus 10 x raised to 10 dx. We'll start substituting. What will substitute? 10 raised to x plus x raised to 10 equal to t, because this is only the simplification form. So differentiating, what we'll get? This is like 10 raised to x means a raised to x. So that derivative will be a raised to x, because you need to know a means a is constant, variable is here, and here variable is in the base and power is integer. Look at here. So they are different, x raised to n and a raised to x. These two are different. So a raised to x means x is on the power. So you will get its derivative as a raised to x log a. But what happens to x raised to n? X is the variable, power is n, so its derivative is given by n into x raised to n minus 1. So this is a combination of both. So here you will get what you will get. You will get here as 10 raised to x into log 10 plus 10 into x raised to 9 dx equal to dt, which is your numerator. Look at here. This is complete your numerator, and you are able to replace that by dt. So your function becomes integral dt upon t, which is log of mod t plus constant of integration. Directly you are also able to write this as f dash of x upon fx. That means this also you are able to use, because directly this is a derivative. So you are able to write this as log of mod of fx plus constant of integration. So here also you will get, it depends upon the example is for how many marks. If it is for the 2 marks, you solve this way. So immediately you will get the answer. If it is 3 marks, substitute and find out the value. So by substitution you will get, this is integral of dt upon t, which is equal to log of mod t plus constant of integration, and which gives you log mod 10 raised to x plus x raised to 10 plus constant of integration. Okay, now next example, that is 18th one, integral x raised to n minus 1 upon root of 1 plus 4 x raised to n. Now we don't want this 1 and 4. Only thing is that we need to think about x raised to n. What will be the derivative of x raised to n? Derivative of x raised to n is n into x raised to n minus 1, and we have x raised to n minus 1 on the numerator. So we'll start thinking that we need to substitute x raised to n equal to t. Okay, so we'll start our function. That gives you, let I equal to integral x raised to n minus 1 upon root of 1 plus 4 x raised to n dx. So substitute x raised to n equal to t. Differentiating will get n into x raised to n minus 1 dx equal to dt. That means n is not there, but we are able to write this as x raised to n minus 1 dx equal to dt upon n. Okay, so that is very easy to substitute again. So we'll find out what will be our function. So x raised to n minus 1 dx equal to dt upon n. So 1 upon n, because you are having dt upon n, here is the substitution. Actually after substitution, what you will get? You will get here as I equal to integral. We need to substitute, so this is tt upon n divided by root of 1 plus 4t. Okay, there will not be a power inside the root sign. So you will get this 1 upon n is out of the integral sign. So you will get this as 1 upon n dt upon root of 1 plus 4t. Now this is in the denominator. So what way you will write? This is 1 upon n integral dt upon 1 plus 4t raised to half. And if it is in the denominator, if it goes to the numerator, its power becomes negative. So from here you will get this step 1 upon n integral 1 plus 4t raised to minus half dt. Okay, and once if you got this value, you know that here you are having linear function. We are already studied. If integral of fx equal to gx, and if integral f of ax plus b dx is equal to 1 upon a, gx plus constant of integration. This way you are able to write, this is also a linear function raised to minus half. So we'll use this, first we'll use the formula x raised to n. That means this is nothing but whatever the formula it's given in your corollary, that is integral ax plus b raised to n. You are able to write this as ax plus b raised to n plus 1 upon n plus 1 into a plus constant of integration that we are using here. So by using that, what you will get? You will get this as 1 upon n as it is. Then you will have 1 plus 4t raised to minus half plus 1, which is nothing but minus 1 plus 2 upon 2, which gives you half. So here you are having half. So it divided by coefficient of t, that is 4 into half, as it is a division n plus 1. So you will get half plus constant of integration. Now these 2 ones are 2, 2 2s are 4. So you will get 1 upon 2n and 1 plus 4t raised to half plus constant of integration. This is the simplification which you will get here as, if you will write properly, this is nothing but you will get 1 upon 2n because 2 will get cancelled here, and 1 plus 4t raised to half means it is nothing but the root. Now replace the value of t. What is the value of t? Value of t is x raised to n. So we'll write here 1 upon 2n root of 1 plus 4x raised to n plus constant of integration. Okay. Now next example. Next example is x raised to 5 root of a square plus x square dx. Now look at here. We don't want anything inside the root sign. Okay. So that will be simplified and you will get the power, so that you are able to expand the power. So how to expand the power? First of all, you need to substitute. While substituting here, you know that a square is a constant whose derivative is 0. So there is no problem with a square. But what you will get the derivative of x square, that is 2x. Means what? This x is required to substitution as x dx equal to dt. So you are able to split this as x raised to 4 into x because that x is required with dx. Okay, so we'll begin with that. So we'll start with whatever we have our function. So that function I equal to integral x raised to 5 root of a square plus x square dx. Now substitute a square plus x square equal to t. Differentiating, what we'll get? X square equal to, first of all we'll write properly because we need to substitute the value of x also. So x square equal to t minus, because a square you are taking this side, so it becomes minus. So you will get x square equal to t minus a square. So here x square equal to t minus a square. Now differentiate, this side differentiation gives you 2x dx. And this side, this is a constant, so 0. Here you will get dt. So you are having dt. But by splitting, you will have only one x. Will not have 2. So we'll simplify this as x dx. Shift this 2 to this side. It is in the product, so it goes to the denominator, dt upon 2. Now this is simplified form. Now we'll substitute in our integration. So now look at here. What we'll get? We'll get here as root of a square plus x square its square into x. This splitting is important. This x raised to 5 will write as x raised to 4 into x. Okay. Now this x raised to 4 I will write as x square bracket square into. Okay. This is the given here. So this is actually x raised to 5. Root of a square plus x square is there inside the root sign. Now substitution says that a square plus x square is t. So whatever you are having here, you will get only root t. Now look at here. This is x square bracket square into x. Now we want x here. So keep this x here. Now here x square bracket square. Okay, now x square is nothing but what is the value of x square? That is t minus a square bracket square. So the substitution is here t minus a square x square. As usual, this value is x dx equal to dt upon 2. Now we got our function. Now we need to simplify, means we will take a power 2. That is a minus b square, we need to expand it. What is a minus b square? A square minus 2ab plus b square. That we will write first. So a is here, b is a square. Okay, so we will start our next step. Next step says that half. Okay, this half 1 by 2 outside the integral sign, dt as it is here. T raised to root t is nothing but t raised to half. Now this expansion says that according to this, t minus a square bracket square. Okay, the first term square, that is t square, you have here. Minus 2 into product of these two, that is t into a square, which is here. And the last one is second term square. So a square, its square. So which gives you plus a square square, which is a raised to 4 by indices law. Okay. Now you got this expansion. After this you need to multiply by t raised to half. Okay. Here itself first will multiply by t raised to half. So what is the multiplication of t raised to half? This is equal to half. Okay. Integral t raised to half into t square. Look at here. Minus 2a square, that which is constant, t raised to half into t. Okay, here it is a product, don't forget. And these are the terms, separate terms are there. So here and plus a raised to 4, t raised to half dt. This is complete expansion. Okay, in this expansion also half as it is. So you are able to write half. Okay, so you will get this as half integral t raised to power, t raised to half plus 2. What is half plus 2? Because it is indices law. 2 2s are 4 plus 1, that gives you 5 upon 2. So here you are having 5 upon 2 minus 2a square, t raised to half plus 1. Indices law, so power is half plus 1, which gives you 3 by 2. So here you are having t raised to 3 by 2. There is no change in the last one, t raised to half, because it is alone into dt. Okay, now you got the value as half into integral t raised to 5 by 2 minus 2a square into t raised to 3 by 2 plus a raised to 4 t raised to half dt. Okay, we'll start with that. What you will get, you have to separate out. That is half into integral t raised to 5 upon 2 dt. 2a square is constant, so you are able to take outside the integral sign. But this half is multiplied to complete the term. Therefore, there is a bracket. Don't forget to write the bracket if it is multiplied to all the terms. So we are using half into bracket integral t raised to 5 by 2 dt minus 2a square integral t raised to 3 by 2 dt plus a raised to 4 integral t raised to half dt. As usual, we are using our formula x raised to n dx, that is nothing but x raised to n plus 1 upon n plus 1 plus constant of integration. Now look at here, what is n here? N is 5 by 2 plus 1. So what will be the value? That is 7 by 2. So for the first term, you will get the value as 7 by 2 for the power and the denominator. Here you are having 3 by 2. In the second term, you are having 3 by 2. So 3 by 2 plus 1, which gives you 5 upon 2. So this will be converted into 5 upon 2 after integration. And here you are having half. So half plus 1, which gives you 3 by 2. Okay, so this way if you are using this one, that means n plus 1 every time we are calculating. N is 5 by 2 here. So you will get, this is n equal to 5 by 2. So what value you will get? N plus 1, 7 by 2. If n equal to 3 by 2, what value you will get as n plus 1? that is 5 upon 2. If n equal to half, what value you will get for n plus 1? That is 3 by 2. Okay, so this value you got here. So we'll write directly that the powers of every integral. So you will get this as half t raised to 7 by 2 upon 7 by 2 minus 2a square t raised to 5 by 2 upon 5 by 2 plus a raised to 4 t raised to 3 by 2 upon 3 by 2 plus constant of integration. Now look at here, this 2 goes to the numerator. So what way you will write this? This is half into 2 into t raised to 7 by 2 upon 7. It is 7. Okay, so this is upon 7. So you will get 7 here minus 2a square. Again this 2 goes to the numerator. So you will get into 2 t raised to 5 upon 2 upon 5 and plus here also 2 goes to the numerator. So you will get 2 into a raised to 4 t raised to 3 by 2 upon 3. Now throughout you take 2 common. So you left with half into 2. You are here with t raised to 7 upon 2 upon 7 minus 2a square t raised to 5 upon 2 upon 5 plus a raised to 4 t raised to 3 by 2 upon 3 plus constant of integration. Okay, so we'll write here. So we'll enter. So you are getting here 1 upon 7. Look at here. This 2 and 2 will get cancelled. So you will get 1 upon 7 t raised to 7 by 2. Then your next term. This is minus 2a raised to 2 minus 2a raised to 2 t raised to 5 upon 2 which is here upon 5. A raised to 4 t raised to 3 by 2 upon 3 plus constant of integration. Now we need to substitute the value. So what way we will substitute the value? The value is 1 upon 7 a square plus x square raised to 7 by 2 minus 2a square plus x square raised to 5 upon 2 upon 5 plus a raised to 4 a square plus x square raised to 3 by 2 upon 3 plus constant of integration. Okay, this way we are completed with this example and we'll begin with our next example, that is integral 1 upon x into x cube minus 1 dx. Now look at here, the x cube minus 1 if you will substitute, still you will not get 1 upon x to write the x on the numerator. So what we need, we'll think about what is the derivative of x cube. That is, the derivative of x cube is 3x square. That means we want x square to the numerator. So we have to multiply and divide by x square. There is no harm in multiplying and dividing because x into x square gives you again x cube and you know the value by the substitution of x cube immediately. So what is our procedure here? The procedure is that we'll multiply and divide by x square to our integration. So we'll start with our solution I equal to integration of 1 upon x into x cube minus 1 dx. And this is possible if and only if x is not equal to 0. Keep this in mind because we are not able to divide by 0 factor. So here we are doing multiplying and dividing. Therefore, we need to keep in mind that we will not able to divide by 0. So we will multiply and divide by x square to the function. It gives you x square here because here you will get x square, and here if you will multiply by x square, and the indices law says that x raised to 2 and x raised to 1 gives you x cube. Okay, so integral x square upon x cube into x cube minus 1 dx. Now we need to substitute. What will substitute? We will substitute x cube equal to t. So differentiating, what you will get? Will get by differentiation as 3x square dx is equal to dt. Okay, now here it is, this is only the adjustment to get the dt properly. But 3 is not there. So we'll write this as x square dx equal to dt upon 3. This is a constant, so you are able to adjust anywhere. So we'll write that here and we'll write our expression also. So we'll start with that. You will get 3x square dx equal to dt. So x square dx equal to dt upon 3. Okay, so what will be your integration now? Integration is dt upon 3. That becomes your numerator, and in the denominator you will get t into t minus 1. So now 1 upon 3, as it is a constant, so you are able to take outside. So dt upon t into t minus 1. Now this is a problem because you are not able to solve by the substitution directly. So what you will do, you are able to write 1 as some add and subtraction, so that you will get here function. So what way you will write this? 1 upon 3 integral of 1 upon t into t minus 1. So we'll start thinking that you have 1, you want minus t. So we'll write that as 1 upon 3 integral 1 minus t plus t. Therefore, there is no change. Even though it is 1 minus t, if you will take minus sign common, it becomes t minus 1. So that will be okay. So you will get t into t minus 1 dt. Okay. So now if you will separate the denominator, immediately you will get the value. How you will get the value? Look at here. This is 1 upon 3 integral. Now minus sign t minus 1 plus t upon t into t minus 1 dt. Why we are writing this way? Because you are having t minus 1 in the denominator. So we are writing this as minus of t minus 1 plus t upon t into t minus 1 dt. Once if you will separate out, you will get 1 upon 3 integral. Look at here, minus t minus 1 in one bracket upon t into t minus 1, and another term you will get as plus t upon t into t minus 1 dt. Okay, so here t minus 1 you will get minus 1 upon t. It's easy to integrate. And here if you will cancel t and t, it is 1 upon t minus 1, which is easy to integrate. So we'll start with our that integration here, which gives you, this is nothing but 1/3 of integral t upon t 1 minus t dt minus t minus 1 upon t into t minus. I have already explained why this is t minus 1. Keep this in mind. So you will get t minus 1 upon t into t minus 1. So t minus 1 will get cancelled, t will get cancelled. So what you will get? 1/3 of integral 1 upon t minus 1 dt minus integral 1 upon t dt, which is equal to, now in terms of log. So 1/3 log mod of t minus 1 minus log of mod t plus constant of integration. Now we need to resubstitute the values, or first you need to simplify. So you will get 1/3 of log t minus 1 upon t, because log m minus log n. So you will get 1/3 log t minus 1 upon t plus constant of integration. Resubstitute the value. You will get 1/3 log mod of x cube minus 1 upon x cube plus constant of integration. Okay, this way we are finished with our this example. So what will be? These are the examples which will continue in the next lecture for the remaining examples. Now we'll stop here. As we are started with our integration, that is also indefinite integration, we are started with our exercise 3.2a. We took different examples and different types of substitutions, and with different identities also. So we'll stop here. We'll continue in the next lecture. Thank you.